about the times we had while locked up back another beverage. We talk about the time that's passing, have a laugh over beverage. When I said this, how long is it been since we last spoke? I see that drink in your cup. How long is it been since we got drunk? We raised our beer to another year. Tell me how you been, how did you make it out of here? Tell me how's the kid, how's the wife, and how's the job?
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. And tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Nets in Brooklyn. And for Brooklyn, they've got an opportunity tonight to sweep the season series 2 wins to none. The coaching staff commented that they feel confident coming into this one. Well, this draft class has produced a lot of strong players, but Shaq, I want your prediction. Who's going to walk away with Rookie of the Year?
Ernie, I don't believe you asked me that question. So far, the way he's playing, got to be AI. You could debate rookie eligibility and all that blah, 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 blah. Okay. He's the best new player in the league, period, comma, hashtag.
Oof. What a blah.
Exclamation
point.
Question mark.
No doubt. Blah,
parentheses.
Minus.
Ooh.
Asterisk.
The tic-tac-toe box.
No, that's a hashtag.
Oh, hashtag.
You lose.
You lost.
You lose. He lost.
I know. Well, I'd like to give you a different name, Ernie.
I don't care. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Okay.
For an interconference matchup right here. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. If you look at Dallas, they're hoping they can carry over some of that momentum from their undefeated homestand.
And you know, for the Mavericks, they're well above the...
And David Aldridge... Fantastic stuff, David. Thank you as always. And we saw the same "is he a rookie" debate with Simmons and Mitchell.
And to be honest, I'm still a little torn on AI qualifying as a rookie or not. But one thing that isn't for debate is whether his play has been good enough, as he has been incredible.
We know about the rookie wall, but Clark, for some, things really don't click until later in the season.
Yeah, that's a good point, Kevin. And again, a lot of factors go into that. How much are you playing? What kind of work are you doing? What's your role on the team? What's your opportunity within your team? All of those things can impact how you fare during the course of the season. Sometimes it's a matter of matchups for individual players, but all part of the fabric, the unpredictable nature of being a pro player.
Now we'll look at Dallas' starting lineup. The 4 is Barnes with Jordan as the 5. Dennis Smith is out there at home time, and it's Doncic in at the small forward.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
shot's good from Smith.
Well, Smith is both a volume and efficient three-point scorer. I mean, he shoots a lot of them, but he makes a good percentage of them, too.
Inside, and stolen by Barnes. Jordan dishes to Doncic. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
You know, after being in the cellar for a few years, the Brooklyn Nets have started to turn things around here. I mean, good young core to build around and add to, and I think things are starting to look up in every department.
And Brooklyn making a change. Davis is checked in. This is it to Carroll. Fires the three. Good. It's Russell picking up the assist. Carroll's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A bit of an oversized playmaking guard allows Russell to see over and around defenders. Great look there.
Jordan gets to Smith. Pass to Ray. With the fadeaway. And Davis pulls it down.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Russell passes to Fareed. And top by Fareed.
One of the things Fareed does best, throwing it down. He's an impressive athlete with great power, too.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Here's LeVert, guarded by Ray. LeVert the pass to Fareed. And the dunk by Fareed.
Those quick feet of his allow him to get out of the screen extremely fast. Fareed, difficult to stay with in the screen and roll.
Smith kicks to Barnes. Here's Ray. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this scene.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Bounce pass, Russell. There's LeVert. Off target from three-point range.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4. An almost perfect start to this game. 4 for 5. They're rolling.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And this is why scouting is so important. You've got to be able to identify those role players who can come.
Hey. Ooh, wow. Man, I like seeing Barnes whip out the big-time dunks, boy. I tell you, a high-flying forward who knows how to throw it down.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Hammer, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. The pass to LeVert. Wants to get it to Fareed and does. Pass to LeVert. It's Carroll on the wing. Just 2 to shoot. Shoots over Doncic. Offensive rebound. And finished off by Davis.
And great effort on the boards. And what a that was, I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on the ball.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pump.
Nobody near Barnes. Another 3 for Dallas.
Hey, when you lay off of Harrison Barnes, he's going to go right up on the catch.
Russell against Smith. Carroll with it. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Heat in Miami. Over to the left wing. Fareed finds Russell. Hands it from downtown. Russell's got his first 3 points of the game.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Here's prime time. This game an incredible scoring display for him. Releases from 15. Here's Jordan. Lays it up and banks it in. Jordan's got his first basket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Back to Russell. to Kira. Over Barnes. Tries again. It's rebounded by Dallas. Keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
That one was lopsided. And you got to say, not all that shot.
Yeah, I expected them to win, but the margin of victory was eye-popping. They ran away with it.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
And for Harrison Barnes, the scoring forward out of UNC, said he wants to model his game, Clark, after Paul Pierce.
Hey, that's not a bad guy to look to model your game after. Paul Pierce knew how to get it done, and he wasn't overly athletic. He knew how to play angles. He could get to his spots. He was such a great mid-range shooter who developed into a consistent three-point threat as well. So I like that comparison or that aspiration for Harrison Barnes.
And that's going to be too many steps. It's the whistle and the travel. A fantastic string of games for him. Your Western Conference Player of the Week, prime time.
And what a stretch it's been for him. I mean, it goes beyond the scoring, which he has had no problem doing. He's been all over the small things that take a shooting guard from good to great.
And play stops, whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
And it seems like they've been more than willing to crack down on those. Makes it tough to get as physical as you'd like to out there.
And Davis pulls it down.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, an excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to slot that one away.
Takes it to Doncic. Over in the corner, Barnes hits it from three-point range. Barnes has got 10.
Barnes is a good shooter from deep, Kevin. I mean, when he's in rhythm, he's dangerous from out there.
Ray the pass to Smith. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on D'Angelo Russell. For Dallas, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Clark, give us a little insider's look. Which players do you look at as gamers? Guys who are always ready to put out extra effort and go the extra mile.
Man, there's so many guys that fall into that category. It's almost unfair to try to pull some names out, but you look at the way they play, guys like Russell Westbrook, Draymond Green, LeBron James. I think Kevin Durant is much that way. He has great effort and energy to his craft. Steph Curry is a little different, but still provides it and plays with such an exuberance and joy. Marcus Smart is a guy who I think does all the little intangible things that just have a way of making a positive impact on his team. So I don't have enough time to give you the full list, but those are a few of the guys that come.
Great example. Back to Napier. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. To the paint. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Napier's got his first points in this one.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. The Mavericks have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
And that is always a good recipe for offensive efficiency and a key to their lead tonight.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Measuring, he's checked in for Jordan. Nowitzki comes in for Barnes. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Doncic. Here's Napier. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
Here's Ray. And the layup's good off the glass. Time's got 9.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Now here's Napier, guarded by Berea. Napier finds Hollis Jefferson. for him. And it's Dallas the other way. Last time they met was in Dallas.
Yeah, a dominant win for them their last time in this matchup. And what jumps off the stat page was their advantage on the board.
Yeah, they were overpowering inside, and you've really got to like their chances, Greg, if they can replicate that tonight.
While we're in the quick break, let's show you the list of the hottest shooting rookies in the NBA this year. Well, you look at Doncic, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, prime time, several spots down.
Well, I think it's safe to say these two have made the adjustment to the brand of defense being played in the NBA. Their shooting percentages are just fantastic.
You know, for the season so far, their efficiency really off the charts, guys. I mean, great shot selection, excellent composure as well. You really can't tell that these guys are rookies.
Napier passes to Hollis Jefferson. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That is his first foul of the game. And Fareed kicks to Napier. Back to Fareed. Pass to Napier. Shot clock at 5. Over Maria. And yep, really found it rolling around the rim. He's got 6.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
Tell you what, Greg, you're getting to the point where you assume every shot is going to go down. I mean, nobody's missing out there.
He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots.
Napier kicks to Harris. And the call will be against prime time. That is his first foul of the game. Fareed finds Hollis Jefferson. On the pass to Napier. Clock at 4. And a miss there on the triple. Mavericks leading by 9. Outside Matthews. Pass to Ray. All alone. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Primetime's got 15 points.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on. I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Tipped away. Napier kicks to Harris from downtown. Matthews with the rebound. And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for Dallas. 13-point lead.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And guys, Kenny Atkinson, a coach who has a knack for player development.
Yeah, he does. And players' improvement on this Nets team speaks to that. Atkinson has done a terrific job of improving his young players. Also gets the most out of the veterans and teaches them new skills and approaches to their game, which endears him to the players and helps his team.
Now he's checked in for Dallas. And Kenneth Fareed, an outstanding performance with Team USA in 2014. But Greg, his minutes have gone down in recent seasons.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great rebounder. He's got all the athleticism you need, but he's not a shooter or a big-time defender. In today's game, you need your big man to do at least one of those two.
Got to be more careful. Can't pick up 2 fouls this early on. You just can't.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. 11 points for him in that last game against Miami.
Kudos to him for his energy, especially on the glass where he was an absolute beast.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
Carroll is the 3 with Hollis Jefferson at the 4. Russell and LeVert in the backcourt. And it's Allen in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And with Hollis Jefferson in his defense. He's not only strong, but he's versatile with whom he can guard.
Yeah, I mean, RHJ has great length, and at 6'7", he can guard almost every position on the floor. Strong on the glass, even though he's often undersized in his matchup. RHJ is anything but an average player. I really love how effective he's become on both ends.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, prime time in the last game against the Grizzlies put together a nice one. He had 52 points, and the basket must have looked huge to him. He made 3 after 3 to pile up the points. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that high, it takes a while.
And you know what, Greg? I think defensively, they're going to be ready for him. They won't make things easy. Coming off a game like he just had, I mean, he's going to get a bunch of attention.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let-up. Killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
Here's LeVert, guarded by Ray. Here's Russell. Sweet little floater. Russell's got 11 points.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Here's LeVert. Unable to get that one. Nice defense from Ray.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
It's stolen by Davis. And here's Carroll. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. He kicks it to Russell. To Carroll, 6 on the shot clock. Here's LeVert. Gonzalez Jefferson, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Wednesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Saturday, they'll head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta.
And in that matchup with the Pistons, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge. Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick-em game, depending on how they play.
And Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, one of the rare wing players, Clark, who can't really threaten from outside, but he makes up for it with his defense.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, this guy's unafraid of anybody. He's 6'7", he's athletic, he's strong, he's aggressive and smart. There's nobody he gets matched up with. He doesn't think he can lock up.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
Here's a look at numbers for prime time. Just an incredible month of basketball. First in scoring, first in steals, and of course, he's the #1 shot blocker in the league. Just an imposing presence inside.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. #1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Barnes. Sinks that one from the post. Barnes has got 15 points.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Yeah, and the confidence really at a high level. Very impressive. They feel like this game is theirs, dominating right now.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former #2 pick, it's all about developing himself as a player and a leader. Has focused more on the team and less on himself of late, and knows what is expected of him and has to earn every second of floor time.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. top Russell. Carroll against Barnes. Fires from the wing. Measuring with the rebound. And last season, Russell had to fight for minutes upon returning from injury.
Yeah, and battles like that help mature a player and really keep them focused. Those are areas where Russell had struggled in the past. I think he and his coach both know it's not easy, but it has already started in making Russell the best player he can be.
Clark, we all know you are one of the best players and maybe the greatest high school class ever. Guys who are now in the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. What a list of names and great players.
Yeah, terrific players, and proud and privileged to be part of that class. 1979 is what you talk about. Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Terry Cummings. I could go on and on and on, but obviously some of those guys, Hall of Famers, and distinguished not just in what they did in high school and college and the pros, but how many of them have lived their lives off the court too.
Substitution.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Kleba's checked in. Nets trail by 17. Russell, this is to Carroll. Back to Russell. Pass to Carroll. Over Barnes. Good D by Barnes.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Dallas again turning it over. And here's a look now at the last few months of assist numbers for him.
He hasn't been nearly as effective a passer these past few months, and that's unfortunate because when he's passing it well and the assists are coming, he is a much more complete player. It's something he has to be thinking about.
Smith against Russell. Measury with the rebound. Measury's got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's Ray, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Primetime's got 5 points now in the quarter. And it's Carroll with the ball for the Nets, trailing by 19. Russell high post over Smith. Russell with the bucket. Russell's got 17 now.
He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
1:06 left to play in the first half. Here's Barnes, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And though some were skeptical of the contract Harrison Barnes signed, he's lived up to it. Not an elite player yet, but is emerging on a franchise caliber level and continues to improve and is strong and consistent really on both ends of the floor.
And you got to appreciate the overall game of Barnes. He's efficient as a scorer and also works hard at the defensive end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Fareed's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Harris comes in for Damari Carroll, and it's Napier in for LeVert. Davis surveying the floor. Here's Napier. Offline with his three.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Harris against Barnes. Here's Fareed.
You know, Fareed is a highly energetic player who takes good shots. So I'd like to see him improve on his defense moving forward.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Measure. Matthews comes in for Barnes. And Berea subbed in for Smith. No good from Ray.
Good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And so it's Dallas feeling good about about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With a big part of the season now behind us, you are a serious Rookie of the Year candidate. How much motivation does that give you?
You know, it'd be a dream to get my hands on that trophy, DA. For all the love that the fans are giving me this season, I mean, it would be huge to pay them back with some hardware. So let's hope the best.
Would definitely be great for you to see. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Really an incredible game from primetime.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Doncic and Barnes on the forward pair. Time is out there with Dennis Smith, and it's Jordan in at the center, pulling out the middle. Here's Doncic. The shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. Right side, Russell. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. Take a look at the Mavericks. They've continued to play strong basketball, got utterly dominant as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, the Warriors right behind them, just one spot down.
You know, right now, Dallas, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
And I know it took a long time for people around the league to trust their success. I don't think there's anybody left out there who doesn't think they're for real at this point.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
Ed Davis is checked in for the Nets. LeVert the pass to Fareed, and Fareed brings it down.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Mavericks were ecstatic when Dennis Smith Jr. fell to them with the 9th pick of the 2017 draft. For a team in need of athleticism and size at the point guard, it's been a hand-in-glove fit. 6'3" Smith has a 48-inch vertical, one of the highest ever measured.
A terrific young player, an elite NBA athlete, David, that's for sure. Good stuff, thanks. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Russell finds Davis, knocks it loose. And the pass to Ray, 16 feet away. Good, he hits the jump shot. Primetime's got 4 points this quarter.
Kevin can't leave anybody open around Smith. I mean, he finds them quickly. Love his court awareness.
Smith against Russell. Passes it to LeVert. Here's Carroll. On the clock. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Carroll's got his second basket of the night.
Carroll doing a nice job there, recognizing the shot clock was running down and maintaining his course.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Ray. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Primetime's got 30 points. Timeout called, the Nets. One guy has been getting it done is Primetime.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll. And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Doncic. He's averaging 14 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude for this club.
Bounce pass, Russell. Carroll passes to LeVert. The Nets need to get a shot off here. There's Russell with the three. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Russell's got 20 points.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
No good from Ray. Nets trail by 18. Carroll kicks to Russell. To the paint. Here's Fareed. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Doncic, and it's Dallas with another.
And, you know, we've seen what Rick Carlisle can do on the court. He's a former coach of the year in the league and led the Mavs to a championship back in 2011. But his off-the-court talents are also very impressive.
Carroll finds Russell. Fareed with it, covered by Smith. The shot's good from Fareed.
And all Fareed needs is just a little wiggle room inside. Once he has that, he's scoring.
And talking about Carlisle's outside interests, one I know of, he's an excellent pianist.
And you know what? He is. And he's played with a well-known musician or two in concert. Also an avid pilot. This guy is a Renaissance man.
Outside Russell. Shot clock at 5. And stolen by Jordan. Here's Doncic. That one rolling around and rims out.
And right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Here's LeVert. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got 5 assists tonight.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Ray the pass to Doncic. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Doncic has got 7.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Outside Russell. From the box.
Good at creating shots in that mid-range area. D'Angelo, a difficult guy to stay close to.
Count it. And that's 12 points for DeAndre Jordan.
Good ball movement. Wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Russell passes to LeVert. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Barnes. Dallas leading by 20. Took him no time at all on that one. Barnes has got 19 points.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Russell kicks to Davis. Pass to LeVert. Fires from 14 at the tip. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Here's Ray. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Primetime's got 10 points in just the second half. Brooklyn's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. As to Fareed. Got a piece of it. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
4 on the shot clock. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Damari Carroll. And Harris subbed in for LeVert. Powell, he's checked in for Dallas. Russell against Smith. The Nets working the ball around now. For 3, Harris. It's rebounded by Dallas. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. Matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Brooklyn's gone 1-2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Fareed. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9. Mavericks leading by 22. Here's Primetime. He's got 34. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Brooklyn. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen comes in for Ed Davis. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for D'Angelo Russell. Brings it from beyond the arc.
You can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
Here's Primetime, guarded by Harris. The kick out to Matthews. Pops it up for Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment. Indeed, what a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. There's Hollis Jefferson. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
The shot's good from Ray.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Napier feeling it out a bit. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. It's Allen on the wing. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. That free throw good from Allen. Measuring, he's checked in for Jordan. He's perfect from the line this time. Now, here's Barea. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Brooklyn with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. There's Hollis Jefferson. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. That they had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Ray. A three-pointer, no good. That's trailed by 21.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like it break for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose.
Now that is some real industrial size strength right there.
And that basket is in there from Ray.
You know, this quarter has been all him, all about him. They're getting it to him in his spots, and he's taking over.
Out to the right wing. Napier finds Allen. Back to Napier. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's Ray, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Yes, he did. The floor awareness of Nowitzki, admirable. Does a stellar job working the ball over to the open man.
You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. Everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to leave against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer. And it's one thing to be respected by everybody. It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And Dirk's, he's one of a kind.
And, you know, drawing comparisons to Andre Iguodala, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Hollis Jefferson, with some models to map his game after. And both of those excellent models for him.
Fareed with it, picked up by Nowitzki, and good that time. Hollis Jefferson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Taking it right at the defense, Hollis Jefferson in attack mode.
Ready the pass to Matthews. To the inside, and a strong finish with 2 hands.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
It's the Nets now. There's 42 seconds left in the third. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Napier. Down low. Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got 15.
And with the physical gifts that Hollis Jefferson has, he plays a lot bigger than his listed height.
Maria looking for an opening. And the call will be against Harris. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
Brooklyn on defense. Barea, the pass to Ray. Nowitzki dishes to Barea. 6 on the shot clock. No good that time. Excellent D there from Allen. Up again.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch, and I think it's made the difference in the game. I mean, they've actually done a great job on the board.
And so it's Dallas, holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Right back after this break. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so Napier will bring it up for the Nets. We've got Allen. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Kenneth Fareed. Then there's Harris. And it's Napier in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Hollis Jefferson finds Fareed. Here's Hollis Jefferson, defended by Nowitzki. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
That's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
Remarkable poise from Wesley Matthews. Looks like he's very comfortable shooting as soon as that ball hits his hand.
Fareed outside. Commissioner Adam Silver believes, Clark, that the NBA will see its first female head coach sooner than later. What do you think?
I think it'll happen. I'm not sure exactly if it'll be sooner. I think it'll be a little time because the pipeline, I think, has to be established to where you have some candidates. And you very well could have candidates now that may not have coached in the NBA that could possibly move into a head coaching role.
A new group in for the Nets. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Dudley. Tamari Carroll comes in for Harris. LeVert's checked in for Crabb. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Shabazz Napier. Ray the pass to Jordan. And it's good, 2 points.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in. He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Pass to Carouge. Plenty of space. Barnes grabs the miss. Dallas has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Harris comes in for Smith. Good on the triple.
I'll tell you what, the defense has to be kicking themselves. Just a step late there, and the shooter made them pay for it.
The shot's good from Ray. Primetime's got 46 points.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Pass to Musa. Over to the wing. Russell against Harris. There's the steal. Sweet little floater.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth of 9. Here's Thomas Jefferson. Out to the right wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Russell with the 3. Rebound by Ray. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 12-3 run. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 8 rebounds in this game. To the wing right side. Karuch passes to Russell. Over Harris. And it's Russell missing. For Dallas, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Got that one up quick. Primetime's got 48.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
There's the pass to Karuch. 3-pointers off the mark. Mavericks have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. And it's in there. Doncic has got 8 here in the quarter.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Yeah, he's clicking right now, and at the right time too, Greg. I mean, playing with a bunch of confidence in this fourth quarter.
Napier, he's checked in for the Nets. And then for Dallas, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Jordan. Matthews comes in for Doncic. And Barea subbed in for Devin Harris. Over your many years in the NBA, you've seen labor unrest, but per the most recent CBN, we have the potential for a decade-long stretch now of labor peace.
Yeah, and I think that's great for all sides. And you got to recognize that some of the unrest in the past was really necessary to get to this place where we may have labor and league peace for the next decade. I mean, there's no justice without struggle. There's no smooth sailing without some bumpy sailing at times. So credit the league, the Players Association, and the players for getting to this place now where the league is doing well in all measures and the game is healthy and good. But that's a team effort by all involved.
Good, he hits again. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy. The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
Napier kicks to Davis. Ray the pass to Powell. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Count it, good.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
2 points, stop and go. Jefferson's got 9 points here in the second half.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens and allow shooting that kind of space to pull the trigger.
And it's clear he's been a little out of control here tonight. The refs clearly have their eyes on him, and that's number 5.
Harris checked in for Karuch, and it's Napier missing.
Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
Here's Primetime, and Barea has it in the corner. Another 3 for Dallas.
And, you know, Barea is a fairly consistent three-point threat. You can't sleep on him out there.
Looking to get it going, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. One of those ongoing discussions about adding a 4th referee. Clark, would that help us, you think, call the game more accurately?
No, it would just crowd the court more.
Right.
I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? There's a human element to everything we do. Calls are going to be missed. We've grown and gotten better and highlighting different aspects of calls, being more transparent about it. The video replay, I think, has been more good than bad in the game. There are going to be mistakes. You make them, I make them, the referees make them, coaches make them, players make them. We can't totally eliminate the human element in the game. A 4th official would not add to the ability to get more calls right. They're getting 94, 95% of them right now. You think another official is going to move the needle? Come on.
Pass to Ray. Inside. Here's Kleber. and he uses the glass on the layup.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Mavericks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
A two-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And Greg, that's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for prime time.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Pass to Musa. Pocket 6. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
I don't think they have anybody to blame but themselves there. I mean, that's just inexcusable to let a guy get this deep inside.
Ray the pass to Kleba. Kicks it to Powell. Here's prime time. Count it.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
Harris finds Hollis Jefferson. Now Napier. Here's Musa. Guarded by Ray. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Powell pulls it in. Here's prime time. Poked away and stolen by Napier. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
It's official now. Your team is in the playoffs. So what do you draw from tonight's game in terms of motivation going forward?
Well, I think that we have to stay focused. You know, I know that we're in good shape going into postseason, but this is not the time to get complacent. We got a lot of people depending on us to do big things in the playoffs, and we just got to keep our foot on the pedal.
Well, we'll see where that kind of aggressiveness takes you in the postseason. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
You know it. You ready?
Yeah, I think so. Just a second.
AI, with the playoffs fast approaching, you guys have a real shot to make some noise in the postseason. How's the team approaching this stretch run here?
We just got to take it one game at a time, you know. Coach is making sure that we don't look down the road. We just focus on the next one, execute the game plan the coach lays out, and don't get distracted by anything that could be that could hinder what we're trying to do. If we do all that, then we got a real chance to make the playoffs this year.
I think that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, AI. We'll talk later.